Hey guys, so today I want to kind of talk to you about WN Morehouse Truck Lines, and how everything has been going here. As far as I've been working here for a couple of months now. I've got about 5 years in the industry, and I'll tell you this: I've never had a company be able to get me a steady, like 3,000 miles a week kind of week, every week almost, that didn't have like all kinds of issues as far as like asshole dispatchers, or you had to sit and wait for 3 days on a load here or there, or they fucked around with your pay all the time. I've had that happen to me a lot in trucking. You get companies and you'll just find like $400 missing off of your paycheck. That happens. Not here at Morehouse. I haven't had that happen to me at all. The dispatch staff here, I guess the way it's different than most companies. They do what's called like a regional dispatch. So like the West Coast is handled by Junior, the East Coast is handled by Tammy, Joel dispatches out of the terminal area along with Junior on occasion. Sean handles like Texas and then the Illinois, Wisconsin area. So it's kind of broken up. You don't have like a set dispatcher. You talk to all of them here or there, and you really learn the ins and outs of the companies pretty quickly here. The pay is amazing. 65 cents a mile, period, to start with. And then I guess it's a seniority system. So the longer you're here, the more you'll get paid. The trucks are governed at 68 on the pedal, 78 on the cruise. I believe unless you go into Canada, and then it's 65 on the pedal and 70 on the cruise. I don't know why. That's just what I heard. And then you get 30 minutes a day of 74 miles an hour, like a smart pass thing. And how that works is dependent on whether you have a Kenworth or a Freightliner. The pay is every 2 weeks here, so that's not really standard in the industry, but you're not going to have any problems making money or miles. I mean, they do a lot of medical supplies here, so you'll run out to, let's say from Nebraska, you'll go pick up in Columbus, Nebraska, grab a load of medical supplies that goes over to 4 Oaks, North Carolina, and that right there is like 14 to 1,600 miles, around about that much. And then more than likely they'll have you deadhead or bobtail down to Sumter, South Carolina, and you'll take a load of medical supplies and you'll go all the way across I-20 to I-10 into LA. That's, I believe it's like a 2,100 mile trip, and we do that all the time. I mean, I think we have like 5 of those trucks that run across every week. And then we also have loads out of Columbus that go straight to LA from Nebraska. Usually we run across 70, even though a lot of companies don't like you to do that. They'll let you do it here if you really want to. Now in the winter, we run down the southern route and then over, so it adds a couple hundred miles, but it's better than getting stuck in the snow. All the trucks here have dualies. All the trailers have dualies. We don't run super singles. They do allow owner-operators to come on here, but you can't have super singles on your truck as far as I'm aware. They won't allow you to lease on with super singles. I know they had a lease program at some point, but I don't think they do anymore. You'd have to ask the owners about that. That would probably be a Brad question. The owners are 2 brothers, Brad and Kurt. I don't know which one it is. I think it's Kurt, but he's got a really nice truck. It's like a Roush F-150. One handles the finances, and one is like the operations manager. And they're both pretty nice guys. In my mind, one of them's a lot scarier than the other. But they're nice dudes, and if you have a problem, you can talk to them about it. Like, I talked to Kurt the other day about asking him about if we could put like those little credit card swipe things on the vending machines, and it was a whole conversation we had. I don't think that's going to happen, but you know, he explained to me why. A lot of companies, the owners wouldn't even take the time to talk to a driver, let alone explain something like that. So that's really nice. The safety guy, Tim, handles orientation most of the time. Tim is a fucking hilarious dude, man. He was a driver until he was a safety manager. Tim, you'll have fun with Tim. Tim's a great guy. Now, they do have cameras in the trucks, but they gave me a lens cover for the driver-facing camera. As far as I'm aware, as long as you don't fuck up majorly, they'll allow you to keep the driver-facing camera covered. Even while you're driving, they just give you a little lens cover to put over it. So it's not really that bad. They give you a little app, and anytime they want you to see a video, they'll just send it to that app. It gives you like a little score every day as far as where you're at in the fleet, safety-wise, compared to everybody else. And we've only got like, I want to say 90 trucks-ish. And I think we've only got one open truck as far as if we're hiring right now. By the way, driver code is mcpm. If you want to come work here and give me that referral bonus, I'd appreciate it. I'll split it with you. You'll see me at the terminal at some point. Truck 326. Probably covered in salt somehow. Yeah, the company's great, man. The Freightliners are nice because they have fog lights and heated and cooled seats, which is really nice. All the trucks have fridges, all of them. Most of them have APUs. Some of them don't because they were having a real hard time getting APUs for a while there. So if the truck doesn't have an APU, the truck just idles and it has an inverter in it for that. The shop guys are really nice. Mike is the head of the shop. For the most part, they know what they're fucking doing. It's not like these shops like at Werner or some of the other companies I've worked at. You take it in there and you leave with more issues than you had when you went in. They'll fix one thing and break 3 others. So it's really nice because they know what they're fucking doing. Breakdowns are handled a little bit differently. You call the shop for breakdowns, and then you might have to leave a message and wait 10 minutes and have Mike call you back. But it's a small company. He'll call you back sooner rather than later. And if it's during normal hours, Mike will handle it. If it's after hours, the security guard Tim or Jeff will handle it, or possibly Wes, who's the night dispatcher. I don't really know his schedule that often because I don't talk to him very much. But like I had a breakdown not that long ago. Right after I started here, I was down for 10 days. I blew a clutch. I was blocking the fucking right lane on I-20 outside of Temple, Texas for 3 hours. I had to be towed into Dallas and had to wait around on a clutch. Now look, they don't have a set detention. They don't have a set breakdown pay. It's kind of just, I think they give you your average of pay. These guys took care of me. I hadn't even been here long enough to have an average, and they paid me pretty damn well, and they stuck me in a really nice hotel. The GLO by Best Western down there in like DeSoto. It's nice. It's fucking nice. It's really modern. I loved it. I got paid to sit on my butt and play video games all day. I was paid $1,600, so that's for that 10 days is about $160 a day. Now their detention pay is after the first 2 hours. Layover pay, I can't remember exactly how much it is because I've never had it. They don't set you around here. I mean, most times before you deliver, you'll know what the next 2 loads you're on are going to be. And our loads are not like short 500-mile loads. You get, on average, I want to say you're probably doing at least 1,000 miles a load. Now, we do have a lot of short stuff, like 600 miles or whatever from Omaha over to Ohio or Indiana, and then you'll pick up something and take it over to Missouri, and then from Missouri you'll bring it back up to Omaha. We do like the Americold Caves in I want to say Carthage, Missouri. But for the most part, you're running pretty long runs. And, obviously, you get company merch and everything like that. The trucks are nice. The Kenworths don't have heated seats or fog lights, but they have leather seats. And they have a subwoofer under the bunk, as well as a fridge and all that. But they're nice trucks, man. They really are. They don't care if you put lights in. Obviously, I've got these blue ones here. As long as they're not like fucking super glued to the wall and they can be cleaned off when they come out. They'll let you put stickers on the truck as long as it's not on the stripes. They have these really cool stripes they put on all our trucks. So the truck color is like a baby blue metallic with like 2 or 3 stripes going on it. Now they've got a new stripe pattern they're putting on some of the trucks that looks like double Z's printed over each other, which is pretty cool. But I like it because you'll get, like on the older stripes, you'll have a stripe that runs down the side of your truck and it lines up perfectly with the stripe that runs down the side of the trailer, and the trailer is color matched to your truck. So, well, most of them anyway. The newer ones are white, but all the older ones are really, really cool looking, and I like that a lot. I'm steady trying to convince them to put the trailers back blue. I liked it a lot. It's really cool. What else is there to know? Insurance is not great. I'll be the first to admit that. They'll tell you the insurance ain't great here. But it's not horrible. And it covers all the things you need covered for the most part. I have a rewards program called Drive for Gold. So basically you get like points, and after a while of having been here, I mean, like, you can buy things with these points on the website for, like, you could buy washers and dryers, trips on a cruise, just all kinds of things like that, TVs, game consoles. So that's a cool system that they have. Now, if you're the kind of guy who's going to stay out and run, they'll fucking run you. They'll run you. Now, I had to put my foot down about some stuff about, personally, I don't run between the hours of 1 a.m. and 6 a.m., but because this is a reefer company and I know reefer and how the appointments are, if I have a 3 a.m. delivery or a 5 a.m. delivery, I don't mind it as long as I can park on site overnight. Because, me personally, I'll just fucking get up for half an hour and creep into a dock and go back to bed. It's not a huge deal. Some people don't like doing that. I don't mind it. They don't bug you at all. There's no micromanaging going on here. Sometimes Junior can be a little much, but Junior's a good guy. Junior will take care of you if you need something, and it's like this load that I'm on right now. It's medical supplies from Columbus, Nebraska down to LA, and it's not supposed to deliver until Wednesday at 6. I'm going to deliver it early because I always do. And for the most part, Junior always lets me deliver early. Now, whether they have another load ready for you at the same time as when you deliver early is a different story, because half the time you're pre-planned. They already know what you're doing before they send you down there. Like when we go to California a lot, we'll get like produce, pick up 2 or 3 stops, and come back to Chicago. Always go to the same place in Chicago. It's really easy, right off the interstate. And it's a first come, first serve delivery, so they'll take you early too, but they don't open until 5 p.m. So you also have to kind of think about that. I think I'm picking up a container load out of LA this time. But they do regular maintenance, lubes every 15,000 miles, PMs every 50,000. I just got a brand new set of tires. It's nice. They give you chains. I think they give you, it's either 8 or 10 sets of chains. I've got them in the side box over there under the passenger side of the bed. Bunch of bungee cords so you can fucking keep them on there without chains flying off. Give you, I think it's like 4 bottles of a anti-gel, and you just change them out every time you get to the terminal. Leave the empty ones there, pick up some new ones. I mean, they reimburse for scales. There's a scale that we use that's right there by the terminal that's free. Most of these loads are not that heavy, so you don't really need to weigh them if you know what you're doing. They do require 2 years of experience for the most part. Now, they've been known to make some exceptions with that, especially if you have stable work history and not a whole bunch of violations. They're pretty relaxed here. I mean, like, I've got almost 5 years. I will next month. And when I came here, I had a bit of a job hopping history and a couple of speeding tickets from a couple years back. And, you know, they'll question you about it, like, hey, what was the circumstances behind this? And listen, we know, you know, it's not easy to keep a job, but we'd rather you be honest with us now if you like the company than to be here for 2 weeks and quit. You know, and orientation was awesome for me. I drove my personal truck up here, and I just kept it on the yard so that I had something to drive when I was in town. And they had just handed me a check the first day, like, hey, here's the money for the fuel you spent. I'm like, fucking sweet, awesome. The hotel they put me in was a DoubleTree by Hilton. It was like one of those real fancy ones where you walk in and your name is on the TV. Welcome, Mr. I'll leave my last name out of this for now. So it was a great experience for me. It was 3 days, I think. And, you know, me being my klutzy self, I slammed my finger in the truck door my last day of orientation, moving all my shit in, broke off a fingernail. So that kind of sucked. But they're real nice people here. The office is small. The yard is small. The company is small. But they're not lacking any freight. And they don't have a turnover problem like a lot of companies do. So if you're trying to come work here, shoot me a message, man, and I'll talk to Nicole, our recruiter, and see what we're going to have openings for. Because I don't think we have any openings until the first of the year right now, which is, you know, only a week away. But The trucks are nice. They're not beat up. They take care of them. If there's anything else you guys want to know about the company, just ask me. My next plan is to get a tour of the truck once I get it cleaned up. It's covered in salt from that snowstorm just came through. Was it Snowstorm Uri? Yeah, I was doing loads back and forth from Omaha to Illinois for a couple of days in that, and then they shot me down here to LA over the Christmas holiday, trying to keep me running. So the truck's covered in salt, but once I get it cleaned up and everything inside the way I want it, I will give you a tour. Obviously, I've been here quite a while, so and then after that, I'll probably try to talk to Tim and see if I can't do a tour of the terminal. But yeah, that's WN Morehouse Truck Lines out of Omaha, Nebraska. Small family-owned company. Been around for over 100 years. I think the exact number of trucks is 87. We're out here, man. We're fucking booking it. If you like working for a company that's going to treat you like a person, pay you well the way you deserve, and give you a truck that's worthy of your time, then look us up. Again, my driver code is mcpm. My truck number is 326. If you happen to see me on the road, give me a holler, or put me on your application and let them know I sent you. And who knows, maybe I'll split that bonus with you, you know? Alright guys, well, I'll see y'all another day.